students. In this video we are going to study area of parallelogram in terms of diagonals A bar and B bar. In the last video we have seen that area of parallelogram having adjacent sides A bar and B bar is modulus of A bar cross B bar. Now here A bar and B bar are diagonals instead of adjacent sides. So let's consider a parallelogram ABCD and the diagonals are AC bar equal to A bar and BD bar equal to B bar. So let's find a formula for area of the parallelogram in terms of diagonals. So for that let's use the earlier formula. Area of parallelogram in terms of adjacent sides. So here area of parallelogram ABCD equals to cross product of adjacent sides. Now which are the adjacent sides? AB bar and AD bar. So it is cross product of AB bar and AD bar. So you can take any two adjacent sides. Instead of AB bar and AD bar, you can take CD bar, CB bar, then DC bar, DA bar, then BC bar, BA bar. So any pair will do. Okay. So let's find out AB bar and AD bar in terms of A bar and B bar, and let's substitute in this formula so that we can get formula in terms of the diagonals. So to find AB bar in terms of A bar and B bar, let's draw the diagonals. So I have already drawn the diagonals, and by property of a parallelogram, M is midpoint of AC and BD. As M is midpoint of AC and BD, so we have AM bar is equal to MC bar equal to AC bar is A bar, so it is half of A bar, so it becomes A bar upon 2. Similarly, if we take BM bar and MD bar, so that will be half of BD bar, so BM bar equal to MD bar is equal to half of BD bar, but BD bar is B bar, so it is B bar upon 2. Now let's find out AB bar in terms of A bar and B bar. So here AB bar is not B bar minus A bar, as A bar and B bar are not position vectors of A and B. Okay, A bar and B bar are the diagonals. So consider triangle AMB. So if we take triangle AMB and if we apply triangle law of addition, let's see the arrows. See here we have A to B, then B to M, so it is A to M. So by triangle law of addition we have AB bar plus BM bar equal to AM bar. Now we have BM bar and AM bar, so let's substitute that. AM bar is A bar upon 2, so this right side is A bar by 2 and BM bar is B bar upon 2. We want to find out AB bar. So AB bar equals to A bar upon 2 minus B bar upon 2. So that becomes A bar minus B bar upon 2. So we have one adjacent side AB bar as A bar minus B bar upon 2. Now let's find out AD bar. So for AD bar, let's consider this triangle AMD. So from triangle AMD, we have AM bar plus MD bar is equal to AD bar. So AM bar plus MD bar equal to AD bar. Therefore, AD bar is equal to, now AM bar is A bar upon 2 and MD bar is B bar upon 2. So AD bar becomes A bar plus B bar upon 2. Now let's substitute in the formula. Therefore area of the parallelogram, therefore area of the parallelogram ABCD equal to AB bar. AB bar is A bar minus B bar upon 2. Cross product AD bar, that is A bar plus B bar upon 2 equals to, in the denominator we have 2 into 2, so that becomes 4 Now let's write the simplification for numerator. So which is a bar cross a bar plus a bar cross b bar minus b bar cross a bar minus b bar cross b bar. Now let's use properties of cross product. So first property we are using is a cross product of the vector with itself is 0 bar. So these two terms become 0. So it is 0 bar plus a bar cross b bar. Let's interchange the terms. So sign changes and it becomes a bar plus b bar, and b bar cross b bar is also 0 vector divided by 4. So it is 2a bar cross b bar upon 4. 2 upon 4 is 1 by 2, and taking modulus it is 1 by 2 modulus of a bar cross b bar. So this is formula for area of the parallelogram in terms of diagonals. So what is the difference? In first formula we have only a modulus of cross product of the adjacent sides. But if a bar and b bar are the diagonals, then we have to multiply by half. So it is half modulus of a bar cross b bar. So if a bar and b bar are diagonals of a parallelogram and a bar and b bar are given here, so let's find out area of the parallelogram. So formula is half modulus of a bar cross b bar. So first let's find out a bar cross b bar, and then we will find modulus of a bar cross b bar. So it is I cap. Then we have 3 minus minus plus 6. Next term is minus j cap. Then we have minus 9 minus 2 plus k cap. Here we have 9 minus 1. So that is equal to 9 I cap. Now this one is minus 11, and since we have minus sign outside, we have a plus 11 j cap. And the last term is 8 k cap. So we have a bar cross b bar. So first let's find out its modulus. So modulus of a bar cross b bar equal to modulus of a bar cross b bar equal to square root of 9 square plus 11 square plus 8 square. So that is 81 plus 121 plus 64. So it is 4 plus 1 plus 1, that is 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So it is root 26. So as area is asked, area of parallelogram equal to half modulus of root 266. Okay, and since it is area, so let's write it as square units. So if we could have taken 4 common here, or 4 into, we can write this number as 4 into, then we could have taken that 2 outside, but this is not possible. So this is the answer. So this is all about area of parallelogram. Now let's consider one last question based on cross product. Okay, so the question is, the vectors a bar, b bar and c bar, we have to prove that they form a right-handed triplet of mutually perpendicular vectors. So a bar, b bar, c bar are given. So to prove that it is right-handed triplet of mutually perpendicular unit vectors, see how many adjectives are used here. First of all, we have to prove that those are unit vectors. So let's start with that. So to prove that those are unit vectors, we have to prove that their magnitudes, all the vectors, they have magnitude 1. So let's find out magnitude of a bar, b bar and c bar. So magnitude of a bar equal to 1 by 7 square root of, now a bar has the coefficients of ijk 2, 3 and 6. So square them and add them. So 2 square plus 3 square plus 6 square. So that becomes 1 by 7 root 4 plus 9 plus 36. So 1 by 7 square root of 49. So 1 by 7 into 7. So that is 1. So modulus of A bar is 1. Similarly, let's find out modulus of B bar and modulus of C bar. So modulus of B bar. You can see in all the three vectors we have the same numbers 2, 3 and 6 with plus or minus sign and in a different positions. But the squares are same, and adding those terms and taking square root again we get the same solution. So it is root 3 square plus minus 6 square plus 2 square. Now let's write it as 1, but you can write the simplification. Similarly for modulus of C bar also you can write the simplification. So it is up to you now. Let's complete this modulus part here. Now let's consider the next part of the question. That is, we have to prove that these are mutually perpendicular and we have to prove that it is right-handed triplet. Okay, first let's prove that it is right-handed triplet, and after that let's see mutually perpendicular. So what does it mean that they are right-handed triplet? See, we know one set of unit vectors which are a right-handed triplet, and those are I, j and k. These are mutually perpendicular unit vectors and they form right-handed triplet as well. So how to prove that it is right-handed triplet? That means we have to prove that I cross j is k. Not proving, it is the fact here. Why I cross j is k? Because if we take cross product, what we have is modulus of first vector, then modulus of second vector, then sine of angle between them. As they are perpendicular, angle between them is theta. And next we write n cap. So what is n cap? N cap is a unit vector perpendicular to both the vectors, and those two vectors and n cap form a right-handed triplet. So such vector is k cap only. So that's why here a k cap plays role of n cap. And all these three terms they are having value 1. So it becomes k cap. So that we have to prove here. So here A bar, B bar, C bar form a right-handed triplet. That means we have to prove that A bar cross B bar is equal to C bar. So this is to be proved. So let's find out the cross product of A bar and B bar, and let's see whether we get C bar or not. So let's write the cross product. So consider cross product of A bar and B bar. So A bar cross B bar equal to first row ijk. Next row is coefficient of ijk from A bar. Now A bar is 1 by 7. So let's take that 1 by 7 common from the second row so that we can write the complete numbers or integers here. So those are 2, 3 and 6. Similarly for B bar, in B bar also we have that 1 by 7. So let's take that 1 by 7 common from third row, and here we have now 3 minus 6 and 2. So let's expand this determinant. So this becomes 1 by 49 here, and in the bracket we have I cap 6 minus minus plus 36. Next one is minus j cap 4 minus 18 plus k cap minus 12 minus 9. So this is 1 upon 49, 42 I cap minus 14, and here we have minus sign, so it becomes plus 14 j cap, and last term is minus 21 k cap. So each term is multiple of 7, so we can take 7 common. So it is 7 by 49. So taking 7 common, here we get 7 I cap, then 2 j cap, and 7 3s are. So it is 1 upon 7, 7 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 3 k cap, and which is nothing but I should write here 6. Sorry, we have taken 7 common, not 6, so it should be 6 here. So 6 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 3 k cap, so that is given C bar. See, in show that problem now, it is really easy that we should get C bar, and if we are not getting it, we can correct ourselves. Okay, so now A bar cross B bar is C bar. So we have proved that it is right-handed triplet. So let's write that. Therefore, A bar, B bar, C bar form a right-handed triplet. Now only thing left is we have to prove that those are mutually perpendicular vectors. But we know that if we have A bar cross B bar vector, then A bar cross B bar is always perpendicular to A bar and B bar both. And here we have proved that A bar cross B bar is C bar. That means what? C bar is perpendicular to A bar and B bar, as A bar cross B bar is perpendicular to A bar and B bar both. So let's write that. Since A bar cross B bar is perpendicular to A bar and B bar, therefore, but A bar cross B bar is C bar, therefore C bar is perpendicular to A bar and C bar is perpendicular to B bar. See, while proving the right-handed triplet, we have proved this. Now only thing left is we have to prove that A bar is perpendicular to B bar. Perpendicular means dot product 0. So let's consider dot product of A bar and B bar. So A bar dot B bar is, first let's write A bar and B bar, and then we will write the dot product. A bar is 1 by 7, 2 I cap plus 3 j cap plus 6 k cap dot B bar is 1 by 7, 3 I cap minus 6 j cap plus 2 k cap. So it is 1 by 49. Then the product of coefficients of I, 2 into 3, that is 6. Then 3 into minus 6, that is minus 18. And the last one is 6 into 2, 12. So 18 minus 18 is 0. Therefore, A bar is perpendicular to B bar. So we have proved all the three things, that A bar, B bar, C bar are unit vectors. They are mutually perpendicular and they form a right-handed triplet. Okay, I think this question carries 4 marks because we have to do a lot of things here. Okay. Let's consider one more question based on cross product. The question is, prove by vector method that sine of alpha plus beta equals to sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. So to prove this, let's take angle alpha equal to XOP or XOA and XOB equal to beta. And we are taking 2 points P and Q on ray OA and ray OB such that length OP is 1 and length OQ is 1. Now since this length OP is 1 and angle is alpha, so we can write coordinates of P using polar coordinates. So it is cos alpha sin alpha. Polar coordinates are r cos theta, r sin theta. So instead of theta it is alpha now, and length r is 1 in both the cases, for OP and for OQ, for both. And though this angle is beta here, but since the rotation is in clockwise direction, so we have to consider this angle as minus beta. So coordinates of Q are cos of minus beta, since the angle is minus beta, sine of minus beta. So considering cos of minus theta as cos theta, this becomes cos beta. Sine of minus beta is minus sine beta. So we have coordinates of P and coordinates of Q. Now let's write OP bar and OQ bar. Since we are considering XY axis, OP bar is cos alpha I cap plus sin alpha j cap, and OQ bar equal to cos beta I cap minus sin beta j cap. So we have OP bar and OQ bar. Now let's consider cross product of these two vectors. But let's take OQ bar cross OP bar. OQ bar cross OP bar. So OQ bar cross OP bar is, okay, let's write the OQ bar and OP bar in terms of I and J. So OQ bar is cos beta I cap minus sin beta j cap cross OP bar is cos alpha I cap plus sin alpha j cap. Now cross product is distributive over vector addition. So considering this cross product, first term is cos beta I cross cos alpha I cap. But a bar cross a bar is 0 bar, therefore that term becomes 0 bar. Now the next term is cos beta I cap cross sin alpha j cap. So the constants are cos beta sin alpha I cross j. Okay, let's write like this only, and in the next step we will simplify it. So we have cross product of cos beta I cap with both the vectors. Now next is cross product of minus sin beta j cap with these two vectors. So the first term there is minus sin beta cos alpha j cross I, minus sin beta cos alpha j cap cross I cap, and in the next one we have j cap cross j cap. So again cross product of the same vector with itself, so it is 0 bar. Now what is I cross j? I cross j is k cap, so let's substitute that. So this term is now sin alpha cos beta k cap minus cos alpha sin beta. Now I cross j is k cap, so j cross I is minus k cap. So this minus minus becomes plus, and we can take k cap common. So this is sin alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sin beta minus plus k cap. Okay. So we have cross product of OQ bar and OP bar. Now let's take modulus of this. So modulus of OQ bar cross OP bar equal to modulus of this vector sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta k cap. Now modulus of a bar cross b bar is ab sin theta. So it is modulus of OQ bar, then modulus of second vector, and sine of angle between them. Now angle between OQ bar and OP bar is alpha plus beta. So we are considering only the angle here. So we have to add alpha and beta. So it is sine of alpha plus beta. And taking modulus of right hand side, we have modulus of k cap equals to 1. So we have the modulus as sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Now in the left hand side, modulus of OQ bar is 1, as we have taken OQ equal to 1. Length OP is also 1, so modulus of OP bar is also 1 into sine of alpha plus beta equals to the same terms. Therefore we have sine of alpha plus beta equal to sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. So this is the proof. If instead of sin alpha plus beta, if cos of alpha plus beta is asked, then we have to take dot product, because in dot product we have AB cos theta. So we have that cos term in dot product. See, taking OP bar dot OQ bar, we get cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta, and in the left hand side the dot product will be modulus of OP bar, modulus of OQ bar, and angle between them. So like that. Okay. So this is your today's assignment. Find area of the parallelogram whose diagonals are given. And using vectors, prove that cos of alpha plus beta equal to cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. So you can draw the same figure as in sin of alpha plus beta, and instead of cross product, now take dot product to prove this identity. Okay. Thank you. See you in the next video.